Okay, hello. How is it going? Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well. Are you good? I'm good. You're good? Good. So, today I'm coming at you broadcasting, not live, but I'm alive. The third installment, I guess you could say, of my newish series of drawing in my sketchbook until every single page is complete. And by every page, of course, I mean every front side of a page. So I guess I'm not technically filling a sketchbook 100%, but think of it as 50%, which I said before, it's a lot of pages, man. Cut me some slack here, Throw a dog a bone. Knick-knack, paddywhack, or something like that. Hey, so I did what I normally do when I start a drawing. I go in with no idea in my mind at all. I put my pencil on a piece of paper and started moving it until something happened. And I'm gonna be honest, sometimes that just does not work the way I want it to. But usually I can, if I get a start that I'm not exactly proud of, I can kind of fix it, I guess, or kind of move in a better direction and save the piece. But for this one, I had no idea what I was doing. I was living on a prayer or lemon on a pear, and I got there somehow. No matter how many cats tried to intrude in my creative process, I pushed through, and I'm proud of the outcome. I hope you guys like it. Be sure once you see the final product, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments, and if you like it, go ahead and leave a like, and if you dislike it, still leave a like, because I think YouTube just pretty much did away with the like or the dislike button, so there's just no point. Don't leave a dislike is what I'm saying. Or I guess I feel like by saying don't leave a dislike, I'm going to get more dislikes than I would. You know what? Leave a dislike. Do not like this video. Just maybe that's a bad idea too. You know what? Forget I said anything. Back to the drawing. So I ended up drawing this bulbous thing. Bulbous is a weird word. And then I gave it a hand because yeah. And so I just kind of focused on shading. And I once I finished what ended up becoming a Zoidberg-esque creature, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to sleep. And literally, people say, oh, you should sleep on it. Well, that's literally what I guess I didn't fall asleep on the drawing, but you know what I'm saying. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and was like, okay, fresh mind, fresh pair of eyes. I'm not thinking about it anymore. Let me go back in. And so that's what I did. And this time I kind of went at it with a different approach. Instead of working in a very finite area, I decided to think more about the composition, and I wanted to have a neat flow in this one and just be purely direction and kind of move your eye around. And obviously I guess it's a he. I don't know. I don't want to assume the gender of whatever creature I've created here, but it is going to be the main focal point. So his face, I guess if you could call it that, face hand is where your eye is going to start, just because that's what the eye does. And so I tried to manipulate that with using directional patterns like arrows and whatnot. Things the pros do, things they teach you in school. And I'm no means a pro. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, to be honest. I just move a pencil on a piece of paper until it looks cool to me, and I think I did that okay, right? But hey, I you know what? I always want to talk about my creative process, but I mean, literally, I just move the pencil around. I mean, obviously, I think about composition and the flow of things, but as for like subject matter, I, I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I drew another hand. I decided to give him a body once I woke up the next day and had the fresh eyes that I mentioned. And I mean, it's something. This is a weird one. Most of my things are pretty weird, but he just kind of fades in and out. He doesn't have like a whole body really. He's just kind of floating there, which is I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you know what? He's there. He's living his best life, and you know what? I'd argue and say he's happy and healthy. Last time I checked, he was on a good balanced diet. He's eating breakfast every morning, so I mean, he's not working out as much as he should, but what more can you ask? You know, he's got a hand for a mouth. So anyways, he's doing okay. The hard part of this drawing, not really the hard part, but the most tedious and time-consuming part was trying to make it quote-unquote realistic with the shading. I wanted it to look not so much surreal, but more fantasy-esque in the fact that he's a creature. And obviously proportions are just thrown out of the freaking window, man. I'm drawing a baby hand on his thigh. So I just kind of took my time with the shading and tried to make it look as three-dimensional and give it as much detail as I could before. I'm going spoiler alert, but I do add color to this with colored pencil. Not a lot of color. So far I've been keeping the color that I've been doing in my drawings really minimalistic. I'm just not putting a lot of colored marks on it. Normally, I really don't work with color. I do just a lot of straight graphite pencil drawings, and honestly, I'm kind of having a little bit of trouble, I guess, trusting myself enough to put the color down, because I'm drawing these things, and I get the drawing to a point where I'm happy, and I could put the pencil down and call it a finished product, but I want to add color to every single drawing in the sketchbook, and it's a challenge, and I'm learning, and I hope as I progress in this sketchbook, I'll grow as an artist and build my confidence with the color, and maybe I'm going about it wrong. Maybe instead of finishing the drawing with the charcoal and the graphite, I should work predominantly with the colored pencil and then go back in with more charcoal and graphite. But I don't know. I do enjoy building the structure. Well, I mean, that's the whole point of this project and the series that I'm doing is to experiment. That is all I'm doing. There are going to be pages in the future that are just like, I mean, I don't know, purely experimental. I've already had the one before this was just me making marks and getting a little bit more familiar with the mediums that I'm using, and that's important. It's important to every now and then kind of waste a page and exercise your technique and learn. You might not learn every time you do it, but you'll still get a little bit more practice and make some clean marks and manipulate the tools a little bit, and it'll come out well. And so I added a spiny tail thing to this guy, girl, maybe, baby, I don't know. Then I did my classic adding a bunch of curved lines and shading them in an area that doesn't mean anything at all, just because, you know what, I am God in this situation. I am creating a thing, and I'm in control. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. And like I said before, once I got to where the drawing was complete, I could have sat down the pencil and been totally happy with it. And I don't want to say I wish I did, because like I said, I'm learning, but I would have been happy with it. And I don't know so much if the color necessarily added a ton to it, because I'm just putting in such light detail, light pigment with the colored pencils, and I think it looks cool. I don't mind it, but I'm just not 100% convinced that it needed it really. And I think I'm just going about it slightly wrong. I think if I add more pigment, apply a little bit more pressure, and really give it some color to make it pop, then I think I'm going to be onto something. But I just know I'm probably going to ruin a couple drawings. So in the future, I might do a couple smaller ones, a couple less detailed ones, and just kind of focus on applying the color and getting used to what I'm doing. And then hopefully a little bit later down in the sketchbook, we'll be making some more complete pieces that are more coherent and work better with the two different mediums, the gray and the charcoal and the graphite and the bright colors for the pop. And I've considered only using color in specific areas, like if I were to have let's say a lighthouse, then I would just do like light in the lighthouse, and then maybe some areas where it bounces off of something else, or the eyes of something being a color and everything else being black and white. So I have plenty of options and plenty of ideas that I'm going to execute all of them, and it's gonna be a wild ride, dude. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited too. And if you're interested, you could always hit that subscribe button. I hate asking. I know it's a chore, but it's free, and you can hang around. You can hang out with me. It'll be fun. We can do this together, and I can make some changes, and if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, if you like the video, leave a like, and like I said before, if you didn't like it, don't bother with the dislike. But here's some close-up glamour shots. You can kind of see what I mean with the color. It's just not that bright, really minimum, and just kind of pale, not very opaque, I guess. But I think it looks cool. I'm happy with it. It's something that I definitely learned from, and I'm excited to try again. But until then, hope you guys have a great day. I hope you're good. I'm good. Hope you're good. I will talk to all of you skaters later. Alligator. I think, yeah. That's a thing, right? At crocodile? Maybe? I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. Gotta figure this part out too. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. Okay.